What if I told you that there is a type of investing where money literally just shows up in your account and you didn't have to actually clock any extra hours to get it? It sounds dreamy, right? Here's a crazy stat. Over the last few decades, dividends have made up between 30 and 40% of the total stock market returns. That means a huge chunk of investor wealth didn't come from stocks going up. It came from companies quietly paying out extra cash. So the big question that everyone asks, can you actually live off of those dividends? Like realistically, not like YouTube fantasy island. That's exactly what we're digging into today. By the end of this video, you'll know what dividends are, minus all the jargon, why people love dividend investing, the big catches that nobody mentions, and how dividends can actually play a smart role in your plan without you needing to sell your soul to a spreadsheet. And really quick, I'm not here to sell you dreams. I screwed up enough with my money already. I learned the hard way, and now we're doing this together. Let's jump into it. So first, what is a dividend? You want to know what a dividend is, right? Anyway, so what is a dividend exactly? So a dividend is basically a company saying, hey, thanks for investing your money in our company. Here's a slice of the profits. It's like being a tiny business owner. You don't go to work at this particular company, but you share a bit in the profits. Some important things to know is that not all companies pay dividends. Think like young growth companies usually reinvest money in themselves to grow faster. Dividend paying companies are often more mature, steadier businesses. Think things like utilities, banks, big consumer brands. They usually pay every quarter or monthly, some of them annually. There's also something called a dividend yield, which is just a fancy way of saying how much the company pays per year by the share price. So if a $100 stock pays $3 per year, that's a 3% yield. Simple-ish. Now, why do people love dividend investing? I mean, I get it. Dividends feel safe, they feel predictable, and honestly, more emotionally satisfying than a buy and hope that the number goes up kind of thing. So here's why they're appealing. Number one, you get cash flow without selling investments. It kind of feels like paychecks, passive paychecks. Less temptation to sell during a dip. Number two is many companies increase dividends over time. Historically, companies like this are called dividend growers. Some have raised payouts every year for 25 plus years. The translation for this is your income can keep up with inflation without you doing more work. The third reason is dividends historically stabilize portfolios. So during market dips and stocks going down, stocks with dividends have often fallen less than the non-payers. Not always, but often. And here's a stat I love. From 1970 to 2020, companies that consistently increased dividends outperformed the market on average. I mean, it's not magic, it's discipline. Companies that can afford steady dividends usually have real profits and real cash flow, which is a crazy concept, right? Now, here's the problem that nobody really talks about, is dividend investing isn't bad, but it isn't perfect. Problem number one is you limit yourself. Some of the world's biggest wealth creators don't pay dividends at all. They reinvest that money into themselves and grow faster. Think like tech companies. Ignoring them just because they don't pay dividends can cap your growth. The second problem is dividends are taxable, so outside of registered accounts. In many accounts, you'll pay tax on those payouts every single year. Meanwhile, growth investments let you defer those taxes. Taxes are like the boss battle that never ends. And the third problem is companies can cut dividends. So if profits drop during recessions, boards will typically slash the payouts. So your income plan suddenly doesn't exist. We saw this happen across banks, airlines, and energy during downturns. I say we like I followed along. I really didn't. The fourth problem is you can get addicted to that type of income. It feels safe, it does. So people sometimes over concentrate in one sector, like utilities, and end up way less diversified. It's like only eating pizza. It tastes great, but it's a terrible plan long term. So should you totally ignore dividends? No, they can actually be pretty awesome when used properly. So here's where dividends really shine. Number one, reinvesting while you're building wealth. Instead of taking the cash, you reinvest it automatically. That creates compounding. Dividends buying more shares, which produce more dividends, which buy more shares. It's like your money starting a tiny money factory and hired more workers every single year. Number two, supplementing your retirement income. When you're older, dividends can reduce how often you need to sell investments. They become part of your income mix, along with your withdrawals. Number three is keeping emotions in check. So getting paid regularly, even when the markets drop, can make it easier not to panic. And honestly, sometimes staying invested is the real superpower. The balanced approach, which is the boring answer that actually works, is most long-term investors do best with a mix. Some dividend-paying companies, some growth companies, broad diversified funds, or ETFs that hold hundreds of businesses. You get income and growth. Future you gets options. Present you gets a little bit of sanity. Historically, globally diversified stock portfolios have returned about 7 to 10% per year long term. Dividends are part of that story, not the whole story. So a quick reality check for you. If someone online says, just buy this dividend stock and retire next year, what they really mean is, I left out the part where you need $1 million already. Dividends aren't a shortcut. They're a tool, and tools only work when you use them inside a plan. Okay, so can you actually live off of dividends? Here's where the dream meets the calculator. Let's say, for argument's sake, you want $40,000 per year from dividends. If your portfolio averages, let's say, 3% dividend yield, which again is fairly normal, you'd need $1.33 million invested. Yeah, I know. That number hits like stepping on a Lego. If you want $60,000 per year to live off of, you need closer to $2 million at that same yield. Now, some people chase higher dividend yields like 6 to 8%, but here's the danger with that. High yield often means high risk. Sometimes the company is struggling. Sometimes the dividend gets cut. And when that happens, the stock price usually drops too. So technically, yes, you can live off dividends, but usually only if you've already built a huge portfolio and you're pretty wealthy already. It's not a hack. It's not like a quick thing. It's not a cheat code that like TikTok investors make it out to be. If this video made investing feel a little more understandable, then good. That's the point. We're learning like humans together, not like Wall Street robots. Next week, I'm apparently doing a video on what beginners should actually invest in. I say apparently because I've actually been trying to dodge this video for a while, but so many of you keep asking me what they should invest in. So fine, we'll do it step by step. Simple, with like no gatekeeping. So just make sure you're subscribed so that you see the video drop next week. And drop your biggest investing question in the comments because I use those comments to steer and shape these videos. So thank you very much for watching and I'll see you next week. A lot of people asks, just did the whole thing and forgot to hit record.